and word on la calle, the street, is that all good things start in the kitchen.
That's
but
true.
Cooking is more than just about the flavor. It's about family and community.
Also true. Born in Nueva York from the homes of founders Scott Hattis and Kenny Luna, Loisa is a proud Latin-owned company that's giving your pantry a flavor makeover.
I'm here for all of this. Loisa uses natural ingredients to create flavors that will remind you of your childhood and abuelita's cooking to bring every meal to life. Even your abuelita.
You like how I just like closed my eyes and was like, yeah, I remember when my abuela cooked me. We called her Nona. Okay, but anyway.
Scott and Kenny joined us this morning to tell us all about Loisa. Welcome to New York Living.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
This
us.
is of course, this is a real treat for us.
Yes.
In part because we love food.
Yes.
And we love to highlight the brains behind the brand. So how did Loisa come to be?
So Loisa came to be around 2017, really as a need within our respective homes. We were starting families at the time, and a little bit about our backgrounds. I'm Latino, half Dominican, half Peruvian. Scott's wife is Dominican. So in our homes, we were cooking these, remix of these flavors and traditional Latin foods. But as we were starting families and having kids, we just felt like the current products out in the market weren't meeting us where we wanted to be and where we wanted to evolve.
Oh, I was following you. I was watching the trajectory.
Yeah, she's been #1 stalker follower.
Continue.
And
By the way, you're very brave to be marrying a Latina.
I'm very lucky.
I will introduce you to
Nice.
Dr. Lander. He's about to marry a Latina. Continue.
So we felt like there were no other products or brands meeting us where we wanted to be, and that's where we decided, taking our complementary skill sets, and we've been friends for 15 plus years, why don't we make this happen, right? And ultimately, we're serving our respective needs and that of our respective families. And once we realized there was a larger diaspora of folks who also had that same urge to kind of move forward those traditional flavors in the healthiest, best way possible, it was like, this needs to exist.
And how did the families, the wife and your family as well, respond to you disrupting, as we like to say,
right.
this otherwise maybe not so saturated
Yeah.
They were excited.
industry?
They were excited for us because, now they could really use these foods
Yeah.
and be proud of it. A little bit about my wife, she's French, and she's very particular about ingredients and what goes into our respective, and what we eat within our household.
As she should be.
And, the fact that it passed that rubric test, and now we kind of eat these mixed foods within our households, and our son loves it, that was the biggest reward.
And on my side, so my wife is actually a physician, and so is her mother. So while cooking these foods is such a part of our home, there's also this care for wellness and health.
Right.
And it's almost not a surprise that this all mixed together to create Loisa.
It's the perfect blend.
Now, do either of you have a background in cooking or science or
Chemistry?
Yeah.
Eating.
Yeah, we're experts at eating.
I like and respect it.
No, but so a little bit about my background as well. I grew up in New York. My family is in the grocery retail business. So as a little kid, I grew up running through the aisles of grocery stores, packing bags, stacking cans, and the Latin food section, the Latin food aisle was always a source of pride, right? And we those brands, those colors, the vibrancy, like that was something we were proud of, Latin-owned brands. So we knew what we were up against, and we knew what we needed to change and disrupt.
Sure.
So from the retail perspective, that was still that experience was there.
They're similar to us. Small team, like our team here on New York Living, small but mighty. The we be we. How do you delineate who does what? Because it started in these brains.
Yeah.
And now look at the team.
Yeah,
There you guys are.
Yeah, we've got 5 folks. I think we all wear a lot of hats.
Yep.
We work hard, but there's balance. It's really important, I think, to have balance, especially in a business like this, where eating and spending time with others in meaningful ways is important. But I think what connects us is really the motivation here, and that's that there's a need here that we're working to fill. There's pride in the work as well, and I think one of the founding principles is that businesses can be a source for positive change and impact in the world, and I think we are all people who believe that. And so, yeah, it's tough to build a business, but you wake up and you feel good about it and what you're doing every day, and that reinforces it and gets you
right
to
there.
the office.
And speaking of the business,
business.
let's get to the business
Yeah.
of the business, because we also are well versed in food. Your first 2 products, the Sazon
Sazon, muy bien.
and the adobo kicked off the brand.
Yeah.
So those were the ochis.
Yeah.
And then, now we
grown.
have a mortar and pestle?
Yeah, we have mortar and pestle, a
Apilon,
tostonera.
yeah.
We have
Oh,
all
a
this. Yeah, so
Tostonera.
this is
What
for
is that?
making
I gotta make you
tostones.
tostones.
Yeah.
I know what those. I like
Tostones.
eating them. I've never made them. I've never
Well,
seen
it's
them.
very easy with our durable, ergonometric version of it that we designed. So.
I love that you have the food and you have the tools to make.
And you say you have used these products
Yes.
of a different iteration.
Yes.
Now this is a healthier version. As someone
Music
who ran
to my
through,
ears.
I ran through the supermercado and I would look at all the products and I'd be like, oh, mommy, that's our aisle. And so as someone who has now, as an adult, turned the label and went, gosh, this is what I put in my body
yeah.
from when I was little. Thank you on behalf of Latinos across the land
Appreciate it.
for factoring wellness into staples. These are staples of our diet.
Exactly.
So, because we focus on the humans,
Yeah.
what are some of the challenges that you have faced? Because we have viewers who are in the business of trying to start their own businesses. And this is all shiny and beautiful, and so are you two. But we know that
There
this
was some
came
blood,
with-
sweat, and tears.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. I think one of the principles we've really had with us since day one is being nimble, and staying small but mighty, like our team. It's hard to predict where the world's gonna go, and it's a struggle and a challenge to build a business in managing those dynamics and always making sure there's a path forward and that you can go on that path is super important. And we've seen other businesses get too big too fast. You've got a lot of people, a lot of overhead. It's tough to be nimble when that's the case.
Who's the business? Who's the creative?
I would say he's more of the brand creative mind. I'm more of the operations business person.
I think he's very creative, though. I think creativity and brand building and storytelling, I think, is a huge part of what we're doing. Eat Loisa, our Instagram @EatLoisa, is, I think, the soul of what we're doing. It's an amazing community there with recipes, content.
Yeah.
That's how I found you guys.
Yeah.
That is how.
Because,
it
you
all-
know, food connects everything.
it does. Food and music.
Very important.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
Keep
us.
doing the thing.
Yeah, and if people want to support us, Loisa.com for great
just gonna
gifts
say.
and everything like that.
I might have to be adding one of each to cart.
Exactly. Loisa. Shop their products. Visit Loisa.com. Check out their social media @EatLoisa.
I will be doing